time, especially sending that a large amount of money without testing it. There was no picture. It was just an initial. And then all of a sudden now that Cash App has a picture all of a sudden. And it's hers. It's a picture of her.
No,
Like
well, the Cash App isn't a picture of her. It's the request for the history of the Cash App at the bottom is her picture. So it doesn't have a picture of her at the top.
The one with the timestamp of 8/21.
Right. So that's her picture at the bottom because it's the history to show what she's done with that particular Cash App.
But she won't show the actual ledger, which is something you've shown.
Right.
May I ask?
Yes.
Okay. Hey,
Hey.
this for the haters. And I'm a blogger, and I want to ask you just a couple of questions.
Okay.
I contacted Cash App today, and I wanted to know all of the information about having a kids account. Did you ever request to have a kids account?
No, I don't have an account for my child. No, ma'am.
Okay, because, and I was looking at your videos, and, you know, it was saying, Cash App responded to me saying, in order to have a kids account, you would have to be a sponsor of your kids account. And the age is 13 through 17. And I do have text messages from Cash App, excuse me.
So her child is 9, so she wouldn't be able to set up a
Right. That's I was gonna ask that. Did she? That's why I asked about the kid's age and to let her know she would have had to been a sponsor. So if she didn't sign the agreement to be a sponsor, then she would not have that Cash App attached to her.
So go ahead, Jed.
Okay, so if you did not do that, and I do recall that you said that you had another phone number which was your baby's, and that one is not attached to a Cash App, right?
That's correct. And Javon verified that, and he mentioned that one live the other night when he was on AJ's live.
Okay. If I'm not asking too much,
You're not.
will you please? No, let me ask you this first. And if I am, I'm not going to get offended. I promise you I'm not. When Mr. Energy, I don't know his name, when he asked you about the timestamp, I just left out and went and looked at my response from the Cash App representative. Do you mind going to look at that timestamp? Is that asking too much of you?
Yeah.
You can stay in the live.
It's not. It's not. So where do you get the exact? Is it up under the? Because once the request is paid, I might have to go to my email to see if I can get the timestamp for the request. Because I think once the request is paid, it won't. It's denied. The request is denied. She denied it, so it's showing.
Okay, when you go to the history of your transactions with her, you'll find it in the history of the transactions with the Miss 40 account or whatever account that sent you the money. You'll find it in the transactions of that.
Okay, give me a second. Give me a second.
Take your time.
And let me respond to one of the commenters. It's not to, when you said what is that going to prove, the only
It'll prove more than that fucking phone call, voicemail that we had to listen to today and yesterday. Okay, go ahead.
What I'm doing is I'm just making timelines for myself. As a blogger, I like to give thorough information, so I'm making just one more.
But also remember the time difference too now, because she's on the east and Nitra's on central.
Right. I was going to notate that, but I just wanted to see from the information on the videos that I had already seen. I just wanted to compare the Cash App time slot.
Okay. Thank y'all for the gifts. Hey, Mari, how can we help you?
Hey, Keyona, I just want to say this. If I was a thief, right, or if I was a scammer, number one, I wouldn't tell somebody I was a scammer. This young lady has done everything possible to prove that she's not a scammer, right? And if, what you call it, beefy bones or big bones? If,
Needy bone.
meaty bones. I was about to call it broth. If she hasn't produced any of this information, why should this young lady expose herself like this? To be totally honest, if you stole from me, I have the burden of proof to provide information to show that this was done. She's not showing any information to even say that she sent out a second Cash App or the first Cash App. And I think this young lady has had enough, right? When it comes down to, she's been very respectful. She's been very compliant. She's doing everything to prove herself. Her kids is being brought in. And Keyona, I was on your live when they cursed her. Yeah. Like, enough is enough for this young lady. Seriously, like, it is now up to Meaty Bones to prove that this is what transpired. And I think we should just, protect her in a sense of asking her to do so many things. Right. And nobody else is producing anything. So now, every time we ask her to produce something, now Meaty Bones can now dispute it or say, oh, we're giving her evidence to now, be able.
She moves the goalposts every time she finds out a little.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm back, but it's not.
No, baby,
short.
don't do. Wait. This for the haters. Don't give that information. You're absolutely right. I really appreciate that. I didn't think about that. I was just trying to narrow down some things before.
And maybe y'all should speak in
right.
on the back end, since you are a blogger. But I understand your page is private. But I get it.
Yeah. Right? Did anybody catch this? Nitra said, listen to this. Nitra said yesterday, right? She played a video. It was a guy. She said, I'm gonna play the rest at 7 p.m. tonight. Right? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that because I was like, why the hell is she dragging this out? Because she was like, I want to play the second part when Glock is here because I called Glock for a witness. So when y'all come to our, I said, what the hell? So this girl got to wait to be... It ain't making sense.
I went on the thing and said, tell Kela, I would pay for her lawyer. I would loan her money for a lawyer if what this video is true, that Cash App gave Nitra all of Kela's information and who she's been sending money back and forth to, right? They moved the goalpost. Today's video had a total different person in that motherfucker.
Yeah, and it's for real, y'all. We all from the streets in some way or the other, right? Nobody's gonna say, I scammed you of $500.
Right.
Nobody's going to do that. And not only that, but if you have all this information, then take it to the police. They are doing this to drag this young lady through the mud to now make her more in compliance. Stop sunning her. Let's stick behind her.
And she don't even live in Texas. So why would y'all try to connect her to something in Texas? But that's besides the point. Like,
somebody in Texas was calling her because somebody lied on. I heard. I didn't want to put her business out there.
The 215 number.
Kela just said earlier, I'm on the East Coast, so I'm over here thinking in my head. Somebody told Nitra in the live today that Kela is in Texas, and she said, "Oh, that's why that 214-614 number." So she said, "She here. We're gonna show her."
Yeah, they are secretly doxing her. Like, they're doxing her in a vicious way, where now, because she just says she's very respectful, and she has been, right? If I was a scammer, I wouldn't be giving no information. Would be F you, so what? I took it, and now what? She hasn't done any of that.
Nitra is recruiting large platforms like Manny's, like Glocks, like Diamonds to come and harass her with their followers. And in addition to all of that, Kela's sitting here being respectful, but Nitra playing all these recordings. She said somebody called her, the real scammer did, and was crying on the phone, but she don't have any recordings of that.
Yeah, she
And
says the real scammer is trying everything to keep her from going to court. She said the real scammer ain't even really thinking about herself. She's thinking about Kela. Like, don't press charges on Kela. She said the real scammer is begging her not to press charges on Kela.
that who the F does that?
But I
Right?
don't, and that was the people's argument. Like, if they're, why are they protecting? They ain't gotta protect me, cause let Nitra press charges on me, cause I ain't do nothing.
They said the scammer said that we was trying to. Did it to give Miss Nitra something to talk about on her show. That means that she's not a follower of Keela or a best friend of Keela. That means she a follower of that show.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And let me tell you this, Kela, and I want to say this to you, right? I'm very grown, very, very grown, much older than you. You young enough to be my daughter. Yo, you should sue her. And I don't know you, Miss Haters, but if you collected information, this is stuff we need to gather up for this young lady to have a lawsuit. And now you're gonna have that $2,000 that she crowdfunded to now. Because even if you crowdfunded and you said you made a mistake, and now you coming back with all these other antidotes, young lady, let me tell you something. Don't explain another effing thing to nobody about nothing, right?
Everybody on the panel, be candid with me, including Kela. Who do you think did it? Who do you think the
We know
scammer?
who did it. Keela is the one who's producing all the information, and all Meaty Bones got to do is go on platforms and talk about this girl and play "Woe is me." That is, y'all know this is wrong. And as grown ass women with big business bosses, we know this is wrong. And she's totally taking advantage of this young lady. And I think that you should not do not another goddamn thing. I went, if anybody asked me to their platform, F you, prove that I stole the money. Now you need to get bad about it. Prove it. Because this is so much slander on your name. Your kids have been brought up. So what if you got a cash app for your child?
And people are threatening to call CPS on her, which is another crime in itself, because one, making a false police report is a crime. And if people don't understand, it's also a crime to knowingly make a false report to CPS on somebody. That is also a crime.
Hey, everybody. Thank you.
And I got the police called on me too by one of my neighbors because I was yelling and arguing earlier this morning. So y'all, yeah.
I already said earlier, I didn't start listening to this whole messy TikTok till I saw the little spree thing. But for me being not even on TikTok, these are the things that I know about this young lady that I do not even know. She live in the Carolinas. She have a son that's 9. I know the Walmart that she can go shopping every day. I have her Cash App handle. I have so much information about this girl, and I only been on TikTok for a week.
And this is wrong. It is wrong. I'm telling you, young lady, listen to what I'm telling you. I would start a lawsuit against her. For real. You could take it to a small claims court, Judge effing Judy. I would start a court case against her. Because you doing all this talking, right? And when you about business, you stand on business. She should have been called the police on you if she thought it was you. But the fact that she keeps dragging you through the mud, she's doxing you, she's slandering you. I would take her to court.
If she take her to court, she get that. That's why I told him, I said, I want y'all to say, call me a liar, call me a this, call me a that, because that means you're defaming me. And now I get to subpoena those Cash App records.
Yeah.
Right. And
I got 5 on it,
hey,
homegirl.
shut up, Keyona. So she heard me. She heard me. So I'm not Kela. You defame me, I'll get them Cash App records. Trust me, I will.
Young lady, I would love to talk to you on the back end, because I'm telling you, I got 5 on it. For real. I would sue her ass. I would, because everything that they doing to you is wrong.
Ma'am.
Yes.
May I make a suggestion? You know, you did say just now that, and I might have heard you wrong, but I want to just say, I think you said you had something on it in case she wants to sue. And if that's the case, then I would not say anything else, because when Keyona asked just then, who do we think it could possibly be? My answer is going to say that I refuse to say anything because I did tell Keyona that I have no problem with helping finance this. So
Right.
I'm not going to give anyone any reason to say I should not help her because I've given my opinion on this. So
Right.
when you said that about the money, I was going to say maybe you should stop talking as well.
Gotcha. Well, I just find it very, very suspicious that the son hasn't been home a hot 14 days before some scam shit. And the son has aggravated robbery all up and through his background. I just find it just really.
Drip Too Hard is in here. Drip Too Hard is in here. So come up on the panel.
I don't know why, but a part of me believes Drip Too Hard is a part of it.
When looking at it, like the way she's still trolling it, like she has to be a part of. Why wouldn't she come up and you know this conversation go a lot different with you in it.
Right.
Being the said scammer, you know what I mean? Like, I want to ask, did you take the money back? Did you swipe or no swipey them? Did you motherfucking send the 500 back and then take that shit back? Can I ask you that? Did you do that? Did you double scam on their ass? Let me. What is your true motive? Did you tell me? I want to know. Did you swipe or no swipey them? Cause now we trying to figure out where is Carmen Sandiego and some more shit. Did you pull it back?
You sent the money yesterday and got it back again today?
Did you pull it back today? Tell me. Was you drinking when you said when you told on yourself? I almost told on myself? What the fuck? Tell me how I almost got caught type shit. This is some different shit.
Has
How I almost got caught. How I almost told on myself. Bring your ass up here. How I almost told on myself.
Now I'm being
Keyona.
serious right now. Did the lady take the money back?
Keyona, you could drop me down, girl. I'm be in the comments.
Okay. I'm being serious. Did the lady who sent the money yesterday, Drip Too Hard, did she get the money back from Nitra again?
It says she refunded it.
No, she took it last Friday, but she gave it back yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. She gave it back yesterday, but I think she took it back last night.
How would she take it back? Nitra would have to agree to send it back.
Oh, hold on. Let me drop down and come back. They said I'm echoing.
Who said La Richard? She took it back. Then that Dietrich dumbass to leave the fucking money sitting in the goddamn Cash App. Oh, you can cancel it? Somebody need to get up here who's heard this out of Nitra's mouth, because I'm not believing the streets. The streets say anything. Somebody who's heard this out of Nitra's mouth. Can somebody please tell me? Kela, have you heard anything about that?
No.
She in here, so why can't she just answer it right now? Like, did you pull the money back? Did you swipe or no swipey them?
Listen, I said earlier today, being that Nitra sent it to her, ain't a fuck thing nobody could do, because she had to hit the box, check the box, and say, yes, I know exactly who I'm giving this money to. So the scammer, really, it would be hard for her to get the scammer in trouble.
I think what they're talking about was earlier today, Miss Nitra said the money was reported last night, but she didn't clear up if she reported the money or the scammer reported the money and got the money back. But she did say whoever the cash that belonged to should have something that says the money was reported. The person on the Cash App was saying, I don't see that on my end. Ms. Nitra was saying, well, it says it on my end that the money was reported. And the Cash App person said, well, I don't see that.
Well, I asked Kela just a moment ago, is hers hit with scam? And she said no. Your Cash App is fine, Kela?
Yeah, mine's fine.
So she was going back and forth with the person on the phone. She was playing a recording and she kept asking the person, was the money reported? Person and said no. So we don't know if she got the money.
Listen, man, listen. Usually when people get out of jail, you gotta buy them stuff. You know what I'm saying? They need outfits and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, ain't you know, sometimes you just gotta, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't no telling what he gonna do to get fresh. You know what I mean? You know, he gotta live his lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know.
Well, this is what I said. When he first came home, I told people, I said, she's gonna have him a big to do, right? And people are going to be throwing Cash App out. So she's probably going to raise $5,000-$10,000 to, you know what I'm saying, get him on his feet or whatever. But just so happened her and Uchi got into it, you know, a week or two before he came home. And Uchi had him in the backdrop, his charges, his this and that. And then me watching Uchi made me see what his name was. And then someone sent me that he'll be home on Thursday. And that's when I blasted her like, how you have me out here being the person who supposedly was trying to keep this man in jail and you knew he was on his way home in a couple of days. Why you didn't tell the streets? And so I think she was like, well, I can't have him, you know what I'm saying, do a big thing because people, you know, Uchi, Keyona on him, all this and that. So I think they had to come up with something else. And I'm going to say allegedly. Because I just knew she was going to have him a big to do where they was going to be throwing left and right Cash App for him, but it didn't happen. I think she did say she had some type of little Cash App because I remember typing something on the thing and I said, I knew she was going to get him a Cash App. But it wasn't like what they were expecting. So I think the back to school, because why wouldn't you give those people their $1,500 back? Why? Why?
Thank you.
Yeah, please give Kela.
Man, why you still pressing the winner about the $500? Like, damn. Like, you mean to tell me y'all want the $500 back too? What the fuck was the game for? What did she come prepared for? She's the 10-time, you know what I'm saying, search champion. Like, you don't bring nobody like that to the table and not give them their winnings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Nitra also has a lawsuit that they were doing a mediation and this was the end. Okay, I've tried to. If somebody can find the one that got drip in there with AJ, I'll play it. Just let me know which blogger got it, and I'll go to it. But you know,
I think I just saw it on 411.
I don't have 411.
Okay.
Let me see. Hold on. I think I can do it. And Kela, what do you think about when she's like, you know, doing this and she's calling out all these big creators like 411, can you get in here? Dime, can you get in here? What you think her motive is on doing that?
So that they can actually continue to push the story because if I'm not mistaken, that was yesterday or maybe the day before. One of those days she kind of got annoyed or upset that nobody was reporting on the story. And it was like, why nobody is reporting it now? Like, and I'm like, you that pressure want the people to constantly keep reporting on the lies, like they're not believing this stuff, so that's why they not pushing it. So it was like she got upset, and then today she was like, I'm not starting my live till I get at least 600 people in here. Get Diamond in here, get Manny in. Is Manny in here? Manny. And I'm just like, I don't even have a platform of that caliber to where if I go live and I tell my truth,
And that's why I said she's not even from this side of TikTok.
I deliver it to the degree that I'm giving it, and that's from my mouth. Before we make it to the blogger page and it's chopped up, please deliver it right. Excuse me, y'all, but as y'all can see, I'm busy. I'm trying to make sure the service is servicing. Lord have mercy. Sick of folk.
Tasty, is it on your page?
Oh, God. 419 people, I need 600.
See, you need 600.
Girl, Tam, I'm sick of it.
Okay, this isn't the one. I want the one where she went off on AJ.
It's like, I'm not no two-faced ass female. Either you don't or you do. Either you rock or you don't.
Okay, I think that's it.
Shit out another line. Please drop. Because bless your heart, I see your invitation and I really don't understand why. And what are you doing? Either. I'm not a flip-flop.
I'm trying to find the one with her and AJ, and she dropped AJ ass so hard on
my PayPal account.
Who has Nitra dropping AJ out the box?
And tell me, just what do that imply when you say I'm not a flip flopper? That's like we ride together, we die together, bad boy for life. What is that? That shit come with a slogan?
Who, when they make a mistake, a stupid, childish mistake that they intend or they start to try to correct immediately and the timing is just wrong, that they don't suffer because it was just bad timing.
What do y'all feel about AJ? Because like she'll have Kela, she'll have you on her platform, but she'll be saying she agree with Nitra. How does that make you feel?
So when I was,
I can't hear you, baby.
You can hear me now?
Hold on, it's like you muffled.
Hold on. You can hear me now?
I can hear you, baby.
Okay, so I was still over on Nitra's when people was commenting in her comment section that AJ is on live crying. So I went to AJ panel and I requested up, but by the time she let me up, two other people, Bless and another lady, I don't remember the middle lady name, but she was going, couldn't get a word in. So my intentions when I went up there was to tell AJ, I'm sorry you having to go through this with her, but just stop trying to push the issue for her not to go to the police because I'm not worried.
Oh, wow.
But I couldn't get a word in, so I dropped.
So let me ask this question. How many of y'all think in a minute with AJ begging Nitra not to go to the cops, and you're saying, go to the cops. You're telling her, let's go to the cops already. Who cares? How many of y'all believe within a week or so AJ is going to be a part of being blamed for being in the mess?
No, that's not what I think it's going to be. What I think it's going to be is she's going to come back because I already feel like she ain't going to the police for real. And she's going to say, I didn't go because AJ wanted me to give them grace.
Well, I seen a blog where she said if you apologize, she would drop everything.
I have nothing to apologize for, and I will not give that lady the satisfaction of me apologizing for her to say I did it out of guilt. I will not apologize to her. I have nothing to apologize for.
I love it.
I think AJ knows she pulling the scam. I think AJ knows who's involved.
And in my Cat Williams voice, winners do not let losers decide the narrative of their victory.
That's true.
And that's why I wanted to go up on her platform and say, can you please stop pushing the issue of her not going to the cops and stuff, because I'm not worried. I didn't do anything. And everybody was okay with her pursuing charges when you thought it was just me. But now that this other girl come out, it's like, no, it's a mom and a black lady and this. I don't care about none of that. If she going to the police, let her go.
I love it. So if they don't go to the police, then that means they never believed you was the one who did it. And this has all been for a show.
That's my take on it.
So you want Nitra to
I
absolutely
want her to go
press
to the
charges.
police. I want her to go to the police. And everybody's saying, well, why don't you go to the police? Because none of this transpired on my Cash App. The only thing it is the person used my name, and I don't have none of this person information. I wouldn't even be able to start like a claim of who to target.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like all the burden of truth and everything lies in Miss Nitra's and Miss Nitra's phone and in the scammer's phone, right? You telling the person that can't prove herself guilty to go prove herself guilty.
Now I have a nephew in Texas, right? And I said to him, because Nitra says she's going, because if you call the police 911, anybody can pull that. You don't have to be in the same state. You can pull that and have it sent to you or whatever the case may be. But if a person goes and file an actual police report, then you kind of need to be in person to go to the police department and get it. So I asked my nephew, I'm like, would you mind going over to what is it, Palestine and get a police report? And he was like, yeah, I will. So I am at a point now where we're gonna wait for about 2 weeks, and we're gonna see if he goes over there and can get a damn police report. Because if not, Nitra did all of this, and you really should be speaking with an attorney. For real. After all that you've gone through, this woman has guaranteed us on this app that she was pressing charges and guaranteed that you would be in trouble. She called out. She was like, oh, if she ain't got no previous history, she probably won't do no time. But if she got, I'm like, girl, you are doing a lot. So
Richard needs to understand that making a false police report is a crime.
Right. I don't think she's going to do it. I literally don't think she's going to go to the police. I don't.
If she does and criminal charges are brought, I have a family member who has a law firm in Texas and will contact him.
Yeah, there's people in my there's, me, Jet, the lady just came up. There's somebody down in the comments saying, we will help you. If that's the route you wind up taking, as far as getting, legal against Nitra for what all you have been subjected to, you got people here that's willing to okay, we'll help you, because this is ridiculous. This is utterly ridiculous. It should have never made it to the app. It should have been handled on the back end as a crime. It should have never made it to the app. Somebody said
if they're operating under a 501c, I would like to know who's in charge of their Treasury Department.
He doesn't have it.
Oh, okay.
To my knowledge, Nitra does. Jet, you may know, she doesn't even have a business for her entertainment company, for her TikTok, right? So everything she's been doing with the harassment and putting people up in the backdrops and all that, that's been done under her personally. You have to learn how to separate yourself in, your business and so on and so forth. And you got to do that legally. Thank you, darling. And to my knowledge, I don't think she has a. Yeah.
Just let us know if you get served any papers. Don't tell us your address or anything on here. But if you get served papers, just let us know.
I will.
I'm checking something right quick because.
But she's operating as a group because the FOE family is all upset about this. So.
But where was it found? Where was it incorporated at?
Entity, huh?
What'd you say, Alice?
I said they're operating as a corporation or organization by saying that her and the FOE family, so on and so forth.
Let's see here.
And if this is some type of extortion, this could be considered organized crime.
It's looking bad. It's
Keyona.
What you say, baby?
I just wanted to say, there are a lot of us that know Kela. I know Kela personally, and